Well, welcome to our podcast where somewhere between bad bosses, HR nightmares, and burnout, we realized no one actually teaches you how to lead. So we're talking about it the real way. This is barely manageable because leadership isn't perfect.
And neither is this podcast.
It's barely manageable. And I'm Dana Kelly.
And I'm Mary Linkus, and we're not experts. We just have decades of experience with supervision and management with some unique experiences of muddling through. What are we talking about?
We're going to talk about managing up middle management. Middle management is basically being blamed.
The cream and the Oreo.
Yeah, that's right. We're the cream and the Oreo. Not the Oreo we ate last week. Disgusting.
Not those.
So middle management is basically being blamed by staff for leadership decision, which, by the way, you're supposed to own.
Yeah.
And leadership blames you for the staff's reaction. So it's kind of like the cream and the Oreo.
You're getting
it's that gross cream in that Oreo.
Yeah, you feel it seems kind of gross now, doesn't it? Like you're getting smushed.
Yeah.
By both sides.
Both sides.
Mm-hmm.
So what you got going on, Mary?
Well, it's hot. It's middle of summer and trying to grow a garden.
Yep.
Last year I did some raised beds.
Yes.
And
you did a very good job on those. Didn't you build those?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was easy. I mean, it was easy. It was work, but it was like, it's not that hard. I did have to buy a circular saw, which I did not own. I now own a circular saw.
Yes.
So, you need anything cut?
You're
you know what? I even have the foldable, what do you call those things you put the wood on? Thank you.
Yes.
Horses. Saw.
Yeehaw.
So it's like I have a garden and saw horses. Ooh, it's like I have a farm.
You do. Your farm. You also have every bird in Cookeville in your...
Every bird in Cookeville comes to my yard.
Yes.
And did I kick you?
You
Sorry.
did. It's okay.
Every bird in Cookeville comes to, and that does affect my garden because early on I do have to cover everything. I have to cover everything up with like netting or the birds and the squirrels love to go digging. They love to go digging in there.
Yeah.
And I have a worm composter.
Oh.
And
Sounds
the
fancy.
robins will hang around the worm composter because the worms can go in and out. And they're like, smorgasbord, like all you can eat buffet. So I have to cover everything up. But we're past that now. I can uncover everything. It's going pretty good. You know what? I'm really good at growing herbs.
Yeah.
I'm just going to leave it at that.
You are
maybe
good at growing
not
herbs.
So great at growing the actual edible vegetables, but... It's going okay.
Yep.
It's going okay. What about you? How's your summer going?
Vacation time always reminds me about... I go on vacation. Well, we've talked about this with my sister and her husband.
Yes, always.
And we normally go to the same beach. And a few years ago, we went to Orange Beach, and my brother-in-law loves... Well, my husband, my son, they all love to fish. Their daughters. But anyway, he is like obsessed with like catching shark. So...
Sounds scary.
Yeah, and so number one, he made this like potato launcher to launch, like it was like the size of my sister's car. And so we're driving down to the beach with this gigantic potato launcher on the top of the car because he was going to like...
Explain to the people what a potato launcher is.
This was like a PVC pipe that he had like rigged up to like... you're supposed to blow a potato out of it. But what he did was he would get fish bait and freeze the fish bait in the size of the PVC pipe and then use a air pump to pump this thing up and then blow this bait out into the ocean to get it past the waves, right? So it could get to the shark. So my husband and him are like out there like using this air pump to blow this. It was a whole thing.
Yeah, it sounds like a real home improvement moment.
Of
like
course. And so yeah, that's right. So you think that you're not like, okay, they're not going to catch a shark. Well, at like 2 a.m., my sister gets a phone call from her husband.
2 a.m.?
2 a.m. He's out there in the middle of the night. And
why is that?
That's when
our sharks are nocturnal. That was really hard to say. Are sharks nocturnal?
I guess they eat fish whenever they're out there. I don't know, but he caught a shark, and so 2 a.m. my sister comes and wakes up my husband and tells him he has to go help him like reel this shark in. And then my sister's like, and I take Ambien because I can't sleep.
Yeah, I know.
And so I thought I was having a dream. I was like, is this for real? Are we going to go get a shark? Sure enough, it was like literally like 6 foot long. Yeah, like huge shark.
So like everybody went down to the dock? Like everybody just
me
went?
And my sister, my husband, and of course my brother.
It took all y'all to like...
Well, it didn't take us. We thought we were going to have to help, but it was really my brother-in-law had gotten it in and my husband had to help him, but it was like a whole thing. Caught
it's
a
the
shark.
Size of a man.
It was the size of a man. Yes.
I know there's sharks bigger than a man, but a fish the size of a man seems pretty big.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, huge.
With a potato launcher.
Potato launcher.
Okay. Well, you heard it here.
This is how you
catch a shark at 2 a.m.
At 2 a.m.
I just wanted, why was he out there at 2 a.m.? It just he couldn't sleep?
But
or like, is that a good time?
Do you want him
to? Yeah, let's have him on next time. I'd like for...
Do you want to ask? Do you want to ask him some questions?
I just, I know people fish early in the morning, but I'm just like, is there some benefit? Maybe he just didn't want to be out there. He didn't want people to see his secret, and we just told everybody.
No, he was out there in the middle of the day too. He
okay.
was shooting that thing in the middle of the day.
Okay.
I think it's just you just do it.
You just do it until you catch one. He was just out there all day.
Yep.
All right, party. What'd you do with the shark? You just cut it up and ate it, and brought it home.
Big fish fillet.
That's a lot of shark to bring home. Did it stink?
We had it in a cooler.
I've got so many questions, but anyway, we have other things to talk about today.
Happy birthday, Dana.
Happy birthday, Dana.
Dana. We have a friend named Dana.
Happy birthday, Dana.
It's her birthday.
All right. Okay. I just thought
you got a story. You thought I was saying happy birthday to myself. You know it's not my birthday.
No, not until next month.
That's right.
All right. So surviving middle management. How do we do it? How do we survive being the cream in the Oreo?
It's a good question. Maybe we should think about that.
Being squeezed by the upper management and your staff. You're stuck in the middle with you.
Stuck in the middle. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm just going to sing that song.
That's the whole podcast. Just you singing a song.
Yeah. Okay. So this is an article it's not an article. Hold on. So, okay. So actually, I had a little bit of a difficult time. Like there was a lot of good, sincere advice about surviving middle management. And literally everyone said the same thing that we did. It's like, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't, right? I mean, you've got, so you're basically your job is to take what the out of touch, executives that are not doing the job, right? To take what the out of touch executives are telling you to do. Like they're saying like, funnel this down to your staff. This is, hey, here's a new way we're doing this. We just decided this is a great idea and we're going to do this.
Or it's not even coming from them. Sometimes it comes from outside of us.
Contract agencies or something.
Or insurance companies or auditors.
Yeah, so it could be upper management of your company. It could be, like agencies that pay you or, whatever. And so then you're supposed to take that information and filter it somehow so that it is palatable to your staff. And so that can be a really sticky situation. And I think that, when I was reading a little bit about this online, there are two different, there's sort of like two different perspectives that people have. Some of them are that they can't stand their middle manager because instead of just trying to filter it and change it so that it's more palatable, they just say, well, we got to do it.
Oh.
They see that as I'm the one who's responsible for getting the staff in line and on the same page here, and I'm just going to force it, and we're just going to do it. And so you have a number of people who are kind of like, is every middle manager, just terrible and egotistical and whatever, because they want their team to, they want their teams to look good. They want to get all of the kudos for getting, this initiative through and, getting this new thing, done by the staff. Right. And then the probably the majority of comments are from people just saying like, hey, it's a tough position. I feel like I really have a lot of appreciation for my this middle manager, this person who stands, I see where they stand in the gap here. Mm-hmm. I see where they do. You mentioned in a previous episode, a mentor telling you protect your staff. Mm-hmm. We do have to do that because we can see when the burnout's coming. We can see the capacity that our staff is at. So we need to be mindful of that stuff. So I think that if you're a good middle manager, you are taking both of the, I understand that we need to do this, that someone's telling us we have to do this. And I understand the capacity mm-hmm. of my frontline staff. So how can I make this, how can I do a workaround? And so if you're really doing your job, is it hard? Yeah. I think, I told you this before. I was trying to think of what the thing was when people would ask me what I did, and I'd be like, well, I'm in middle management. Basically, all day I kiss ass and eat shit.
Oh, no.
So it's like, that's kind of how it feels. Yeah. It's like, let me give you what you want. And, let me take the blame, and then I'll also take the blame, but I'm also having to give you guys, what you want, so that's a little bit strong, but yeah. It can make you feel like you're in an impossible mm-hmm. situation.
Yeah.
For not that much more money, like you're not making the executive level director big bucks,
No.
Hey, you know what?
What?
A lot of people love this mug.
Oh my gosh.
Like
so many
crazy.
people love this mug.
Like people love this mug. It is a really good mug.
You made some really good choices when you got this mug.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, we're going to give two people a chance to win.
We're going to have lots of people chances to win.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Only two will.
Better said.
Thank
Better
you.
said. Okay. So this is what we need you to do. We need you to send us your story.
Yes.
Can be about a bad boss. Can be about a coworker going rogue, boss going rogue, you going rogue. It can be about awkward development conversations.
Women in leadership.
Yes. Women in leadership. What else? Just send us your good stories. We know that you have them. We've heard them.
Yeah, we want you to stay anonymous. Don't worry about that.
You will be anonymous. We will not share your secrets.
Yes, but also there is a catch.
But you can't be anonymous to us, or we won't know where to send
true.
your mug if
That's
you
true.
win.
We do need your information. So send it on barelymanageablepodcast@gmail.com, your stories. Please follow us on our socials. And subscribe to our podcast on whatever platform you listen to us on.
Yes. And once you do all of those things, we will do a
drawing.
We'll do a drawing. We'll draw for two.
Yep. 2 mugs.
Send 2 mugs out. So make sure you also include your contact information, name, address.
Yep.
All right. Good luck.
Wait. When is the...
You have until July 7th.
July 7th.
Cheers.
Yeah. And you're kind of in, we're involved with a whole group of people who are obviously in the same boat as us, and you just, you're doing your best to, just like you said, make things palatable. But like, I think everyone knows, like, the things that we're asking people to do are hard. Mm-hmm. And we want to make it, I mean, obviously you're going to have those people who are just going to ram it through, right? Like, it doesn't matter, people quit, then they just quit. But, I think we work with a lot of people who don't feel that way. Like, we want people to stick around. And mm-hmm. if we're going to do that, yeah, there's some things we're going to ask them to do that may be hard, but how can we make it work? Mm-hmm. And do it in a compassionate way?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, so I did find something, I didn't find anything really entertaining, but I did find...
Darn.
It wasn't really entertaining. I mean,
we'll break out... I'm sure I can find some more Oreos for you.
Yeah. But I mean, middle management's not really that fun. So there's not a lot of fun stories about it. But I did find something that this is an advertisement. It's actually for a book. I might order it, but I'm not going to promote it because I've not read it.
Okay.
But there's a little article here, promoting this book, I think, and they did say a few things that I thought were really interesting. So let me share with you some of it. So basically, I guess for this book, they interviewed a lot of middle managers, and they spelled out 5 common challenges that middle managers face given the breadth and depth of their role.
Okay.
First of all is self-identity. As a middle manager, all the hats you must wear forces you to constantly make what psychologists call micro transitions throughout the day. One moment, you're in a deferential stance with your boss. The next moment, you're in an assertive mode with direct reports. Then collaborative mode with peers. And then sometimes all of those in the same meeting.
Yeah. Yes,
right?
Absolutely.
So you constantly are switching from high power roles to low power roles, having to jump into the roles at times when you weren't mentally prepared to play. And research shows that constant switching exhausts us to the point of detriment, leaves us wondering what our role really is. Mm-hmm. Like, do I really have the power? Do I not have the power? I don't know. So I thought that was interesting, that micro transitions. And that really, that's true.
That resonates with me.
For sure. Conflict. Middle managers also face challenges of conflict from the natural tensions and pressure from all sides. Your boss hassles you, your employees resist, your peers won't collaborate, you absorb discontent from all around. Mm-hmm. You deal with conflicting agendas, conflicts of interest, and interpersonal conflicts. Mm-hmm. Omnipotence. With the omnipotence challenge, you feel like you're expected to know everything. The higher ups aren't expected to know everything because that's what they have you for. Newer hires aren't expected to know anything because they're new.
Right.
But you in the middle, it's a different story. So, like, if something happens, you better know why.
Yes.
You better know why.
I better know why.
I'm not in the trenches. I shouldn't know why, but you should know why.
Yeah.
Right? And physical. For middle managers, there's also a physical challenge born from the disproportionate amount of stress and anxiety you feel, especially from, you guessed it, the constant micro switching. And emotional. Finally, there's a unique emotional challenges as well. You may feel a sense of alienation, isolation, loneliness, and being in the middle makes it hard to really be a part of anyone's group. I think you mentioned this in one of our episodes about there's no one else in your office that is your peer.
Right. There is nobody else in my office that's my peer. It's me.
You're it. And I think a lot of agencies and companies, that's the same way. I mean, it can feel isolating, So I think all of this just kind of expresses the difficulty that we experience. And then it's real. People are acknowledging that this is real.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
Yeah.
I wrote down, like, managing everyone's expectations while trying not to be an asshole. Mm-hmm. It's really, it puts you in a weird spot with where you're at, because you want to please the people who are around. Like, I want to do a good job for my bosses.
Yeah, you
like,
want to look good.
I want them to know that I'm working hard for them, and we're doing everything that we can in our office to also. Then I also, but at the same time, like, I want to make sure that
You don't want people to quit.
I don't want people to quit, and so I have to, like, it's that balance between, like, I mean, you almost have to manage up.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I also have to, like, not only, and I'm sure you feel that way too. I mean, like, not that you manage me, but, like, you have to manage almost your manager. Like, you know, I have to tell them what's going on and why things aren't working and what I'm proactively doing to make sure that,
and make
we're
sure that
meeting
you
expectations.
Make sure you're proactive about telling them those things
Right.
so that you don't get the question.
Phone call.
That's right. You don't want to get it. But also you have to be proactive with how your staff is going to respond. You have to assess how you feel, how you've got to make a decision about how you think the staff is going to respond to something before you move forward and present it too. So you're constantly having to,
filter.
Yeah. And
things.
think like, okay, I got to do it this way for this person, this way for this person.
Yeah. And sometimes, like, I think that you sit in, or I do, sometimes I sit in a meeting and I hear what people are saying, and I'm like, how long has it been since you've done this job? Or how long has it been since
Because they're
you
making
even
decisions
asked?
about
Right,
what
like, or that doesn't
staff
really make
should be
sense with what what they're actually doing right now. Like, do you know how much we're asking them to do? And you have to balance when it's appropriate to speak up. I think you have to speak up, but you have to
decide
you can't speak
when's
up about
appropriate.
everything, right?
Yeah. And there's certain situations where you have to speak up and advocate, but then there are certain situations where you have to sort of smooth that message over,
Or when and
decide, how am I going to present this in a different way? But you're right. I mean, a lot of people, they literally have no clue what the staff, frontline staff are doing. They don't know how long it takes them to do things, or, how much is possible, because they haven't done it in a very long time and maybe never have done it.
That's true. And I think that I have people who are around me who have, like, they at least do their best to get out there and, like,
of course there
do
are a
the
lot of
work
people
and,
that
like,
do that.
see what's going on out actually in the field. But then there are a lot that don't. Like, I mean, I think
there's a certain level that they don't.
Yeah, they're just like, no.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't have to do that anymore.
And
it's what I have you for.
Right. Well, and I mean, I want people to push back. If I say something, I want people to tell me, because also it's not that I'm completely removed, but there are a lot of things that I don't do on a daily basis,
Yeah.
And if I ask someone to do something, or ask someone to, we need to have our staff start doing this, I would want my supervisors to say, hey, I just don't think that's possible. I need to know that information. I'm thankful for that, and then either I can take that back to, my supervisors, or we can figure out a way to, make it happen that doesn't put such a load on them.
Yep. I agree. Hey, Mary.
Hey,
you are glowing.
Oh, thanks.
What are you doing?
I'm pregnant.
I know
Just
that's
kidding.
not true. Oh my God.
Just kidding. Even better.
Oh,
I've been
even better than pregnancy.
Even better than being pregnant. I am using Ritual vitamins.
Oh,
They have vitamins for a lot of special needs.
prenatals.
They do have prenatals, but let me reiterate. Don't get excited. I'm not pregnant.
I hope not.
You were looking forward to raising that child.
I was.
But
Tell me about Ritual.
They do have prenatal vitamins. They do have vitamins for, different stages of life. And I'm getting my beautiful, glow from these wonderful, traceable, pure vitamins that Ritual provides.
That's awesome. What do they
you
offer?
want some?
Yeah. I mean, do they offer? Or do you have some offer for me?
Yeah. If you go right now to the link in our description, you can get 25% off your first month.
Oh.
You can give them a try. And then you'll just keep coming back because you'll be glowing like me.
Oh, well,
Without being pregnant.
And also without sweating.
Yes. I think it will help with the sweat as well.
Okay, good. All right. Well, that's something. Well,
so go to our link in the description, Ritual Vitamins. Click it, like it, link it.
Share it.
All
right.
Do the stuff.
So you have to protect your team while staying employed.
Yeah. And in the same time, it's almost like you're constantly trying to protect your team and they don't even know what you do.
No, they don't know. They don't. I think we're eating bonbons.
Yes. It's like we're the wizard, with all the little buttons.
Yeah.
But they don't, they really don't know. All they see is, these decisions that are being made up here, and they don't realize that we're behind the scenes kind of like moving stuff around like, oh no, like, how are we going to make this better for people?
It's chaotic.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're just like, oh no.
And I do think sometimes we get burnout on that from all the, what was it? Micro transitions.
Yes.
We get burnout on that. And I know myself, like sometimes I've just gone like, I don't know, just tell them to do it.
Well, you end up being real.
I just get tired of it.
You can be cynical about it. Like, it's like, I don't care anymore. Just, okay.
Because you just can't, you don't have the emotional energy anymore to keep translating, like you're going like, okay. And then this is what, how can I say it to them? And so you get worn out and you do get to that point where you're just kind of like, I don't care. We'll do it. We won't do it. I don't know. Or you're just like, just do it.
Yeah. I can't help it.
Just do it. I don't know how. I don't care how you do it. Just do it.
This is where we're at. Or half your job is going, I know.
I know.
I know.
I know.
Yes, I know.
Yes, I know.
I hear you.
Uh-huh. I knew you were going to say that.
Yes.
I already knew. I know that this is hard. This is how we're going to get through it. Oh, gosh, I say that all the time.
We're going to get through this.
I know. I understand
your
your
how many
concerns.
things that we've gotten through.
I understand your concerns.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
I will bring it back.
Yes.
Yeah. Or we sit in a meeting and we're flipping coins about who's going to tell. Heads, I do it, tails, you do it.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. No, we've never done that.
No. But you feel like you want to. Like, oh, who's going to have to be the one that tells them that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So staff either thinks that we don't do anything.
Or we're out to get them.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're just sitting there
like
thinking
we're
of
just
things.
making this stuff. We're the ones who make
there,
this stuff up.
Yeah, we're just like, you know what? Today, how can we make them as miserable as possible?
And in reality, most of the things don't come from us.
Yeah.
I
was that one of the things somebody wrote in like the horror stories thing is like when they get the why are you not in this meeting? And they're like, well, I didn't get the invitation to that meeting. Oh, well, you need to call in right now.
Yeah.
And it's just like, whoops. What? Yeah, you. I need you here right now.
What hat do I need to put on? And what hat do I need to put on for this?
What meeting is this?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's difficult to manage everybody's expectation like that. And, we're constantly, just buffering and, protecting your team, but also you still want to do a good job. Mm-hmm. You still want to show that you can lead.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah. I don't know. What's the best way to let leadership know that you disagree?
I mean, for me, there are times when I'm maybe in a meeting with people who are at the same level of me, and we have a meeting, and then I have an opportunity to, say, well, I don't think that's going to work, or we all might be on the same page about something. We're like, oh, this is not good. Or, I feel like sometimes we get into situations where somebody makes a decision and you're like, didn't we try that 15 years ago and that didn't work?
And then,
and then why are we asking us to do it?
Yeah, and now we're changing it back.
Yeah, why are we doing that again? But I think that you do have opportunities to speak up in situations for me, it's like at least I have opportunities to speak up. And if I hear for us, I talk to you and your, coworker very frequently. And so we sit in meetings where they talk about changes and stuff, and we have conversations about it. And you talk to your staff, and then we meet and we talk about how that's going to impact staff. And then we'll go back and have a conversation. I'll have a conversation and be like, this is what I think is going to happen when we roll this out.
Yeah.
But then there are other times when things just get rolled out, and I don't.
Oh, after the fact, you get the email, and then you have to.
Right. Then it's
this is filter that because it's already happened.
Right. So then it's then it's a situation where it's like you're playing catch up. It's, oh well, shoot, this isn't gonna go well. I'm still going to have a conversation with my supervisor about it. And, a lot of times we're on the same page. We all know it's not probably going to be a good idea, but how are we going to, just like you said, how are we going to be the buffer point? Okay, well, this has to happen because a law changed or whatever. And now we have to now change our policies around it and then pass that along to staff. Yeah. So how are we going to message it the best way?
And I did see a Reddit when I was kind of looking through all of this stuff about, somebody posted something. They said, this is what it's like to be in middle management. Your upper management tells you we need to do things X way. And then you say, oh, well, I think Y way would work better. And then they come back and they're like, well, I'm sorry, no, we have to do it X way. Well, actually, Y way is going to be a lot harder on my staff. And, how about, Z? How about we do it Z way? And they're like, no, that's not going to work. We need you to do it Y way or X way, whatever the original way was. And then you implement all of this and figure out a way to make it easier on your staff and everything. And then you get an email that said, so how is W way going? And you're like, what? Thought we were doing it X way. And they're like, oh, no. We need to do it W way. So now you're having to backtrack. And
you're like, wait, no.
That's, and I was like, yep, that's kind of exactly how it feels.
Like time out.
I've already kind of modified this and try to present it in this way and it got everybody on board and got them trained. And now you're telling me we're doing it a different way. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I guess we didn't email you about that. We did, starting from, you have until 5:00 tonight to get that done.
Yeah. But I do think I think that you have to pick, you can't pick every battle.
Yeah.
There's no way. There's too many things going on. There's too many pressures that are happening. There's too many responsibilities that you already have that you're having to answer for. I think that you for me, it's when I do go to somebody about an issue, they know that it's a real issue, right? It's not just it's not just always taking the complaints of, whomever, my staff. Because of course,
so you're going to try to manage most of the complaints as much as you can on your own, so that
Right.
when you take something to your upper management, it doesn't sound like constant complaining.
Of course. And also,
Because
I'm
people
not gonna-
stop listening when you're constantly
Yes,
complaining.
and I think it's also important to come with solutions.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just like, well, that's not gonna work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I mean, I think that can be a natural reaction when you hear something, especially as long as we've been doing it. Something will. I love to hit this
You
microphone
love
stand.
to beat that microphone up.
That's because I'm the Hulk. Anyway, I think that it can be easy. Was that? Whoops. So many things are happening right now. I can't even think.
That was my alarm that I set
for this morning to get up.
for this morning to get up.
Nice.
But
Well, you better
I
be awake.
obviously set it for PM. So I guess, okay, wake up.
Wake up.
And let me have some coffee. It's time
Drink
to wake
some
up.
coffee.
Hey, Dana.
Hey, Mary.
Do you have a Sam's Club membership?
I sure do.
Okay, so do I.
Yes, you do.
But you know what?
no.
I bet we know some people who don't.
Oh,
And that's
That's-
sad.
that's really
Isn't that sad?
upsetting. They should have a Sam's Club
I mean,
membership.
you know, the thing is, I don't buy giant quantities of.
But I do.
I know you do. But there's never been a time that I haven't gone into Sam's and thought that I needed something in there and come out with something.
That's true.
You know, like maybe I need a hammock camping chair, you know, a camping chair that like rocks like a hammock. Maybe I need that, you know,
Yep.
maybe I need some collapsible containers for the back
Maybe
of my
you need-
SUV.
2 containers of ranch dressing.
No, I don't.
Oh.
But you do.
I do.
And maybe I need a giant floating raft to put in a body of water
Or
somewhere.
a playground.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, all that stuff's cool, but not everybody has a Sam's card.
That's true.
Good news is, though, if you are listening to this podcast, you can go to our description, the link in our description,
Yep.
and you can get 50% off.
Oh my gosh.
That's half.
Oh.
Did,
No, is that all?
did you know that?
I didn't.
Okay,
What the heck?
I know you don't like to
I
do
know
math, so
math.
I was doing the math for you.
Thanks.
You get half off. You get 50% off a Sam's Club
Membership.
card membership.
That's
I think
awesome.
that's awesome.
No, that's great.
You have to go to the link in our description, though.
Yep. Click it.
Click it, like it, link it,
Do all the
Do it.
things.
do it.
Get your Sam's Club membership.
Get a giant floating raft for a body of water.
And a gigantic thing of paper towels.
2 giant things of ranch dressing, because who doesn't love ranch dressing on
My-
absolutely
my son
everything?
does.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. Do you even know what you're
I have
talking
no
about?
idea now.
Sorry, I really threw you off.
You did. That alarm, that's all
Okay,
it took.
complain. Don't complain all the
Oh.
time.
I think that you have to be able to go to your manager when it's important,
Yeah.
because otherwise you're just going to them about everything.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. So there is a difference between being insubordinate and pointing out something obvious. Because I do feel like sometimes I do love to point out obvious things in meetings. And I get a real chill sometimes that it does sound like I'm arguing. But
Yeah.
I'm just being like, how are we going to do that?
yeah,
What's the process? Is that realistic?
right.
So you do have to weigh that too. I think that's part of, you do want to point out when something's obviously not going to work,
Yeah,
but you also have to be careful about sounding that insubordinate, just like, nope, not going to do it.
yeah,
Like, nope, it's not going to work.
right. Well, and I think that was the point
Yeah.
I was going to make. You have to be
Okay.
solution focused.
Yes.
If you're not, if you just complain, this isn't going to work. I know this isn't going to work, but why do you know it's not going to work? Like there's something in you that there's something that triggered what isn't going to work about this. And
this is why it's not going to work, and this is maybe how we can solve the problem.
This is why I think it's not going to work. However, we could either do this alternate thing, and that might work better, or we've done this before, and this is the result we got. So why do we think we're going to do this again and get a different result from it? You know what I mean? And I think that you have to be aware of that. But again, I think, and I appreciate when people come to me and they already have a plan.
Yeah, for sure, because it can be overwhelming. If somebody just comes to you and says, this isn't going to work, that's not enough information. You know, okay, thanks. It's okay. But what do you mean? You know, like, that's not enough information. So understanding that if you have an option, or a solution to the problem, throw it in the hat.
Yeah. Well,
you might not get it.
Well, and I think it's important, as in our roles too, that we're helping other people problem solve too. Like, we also aren't the fixers. Like, we shouldn't always be the fixers. Just like, we can also create a system where the only thing we're receiving is complaints too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
we can encourage other people to add to a solution.
Like that cynical thing that we talked about, like being cynical. And if we're cynical about everything, or I know. But we can create a system where the only thing people think, like, we're the customer service of the office.
Yeah, they come to us and complain.
Right. So they think this is a bad thing that's happening to me. And so my complaint line is my middle manager. I'm going to go to them and I'm going to complain about this thing, and I'm not going to come up with any solutions to the problem. And I think we have to create more of a system where, yes, they can come to us about things that are complaints, which is fine. Like, I understand not everybody's going to be happy with everything that comes down. They're gonna feel some way about it. But they can come to me, and I can also say, okay, well, what are we going to do about it? Like, I'm also not I'm not going to come up with every solution to the problem. If I'm going to present this to somebody, I need to have some insight, or I need to have some ideas. What do you think we would do alternately? And I think we've talked about it before. People don't always understand, like, the business part of
sometimes it's a matter of understanding that.
Right, because
giving them the information.
Right. So, like, some of the things that we always hear, and some things is like, or like from feedback, is it would be nice if I had a smaller caseload. Oh, okay, well, yeah, sure. Does everybody
want to make less
everybody
money?
Want to make of course everyone wants a lesser load. Sure, yeah. I want to do less work too. But that's not possible. And this is why it's not possible. So if that's not possible, what can we do? Like you said earlier, like, how can we make your job easier? What can I do to make it more manageable? Versus just always being the complaint line. You're the complaint box. You're the ones that they just write notes and they're just sending them straight to you.
Yeah. I could tell there was a point where I could tell I felt like the complaint department, because not only was I getting complaints about, my workplace, but other outside agencies.
Oh, yeah.
That I had no control over.
Right.
Like, I could fix it because that was just the normal, this is what I do. I report, these things to my higher up. And it's kind of like, let's start problem solving on our own, because I literally can't do anything about that. I would if I could, but let's start thinking about how we can problem solve this. If it's a stress on our staff, dealing with this outside agency, let's figure out how what do we have control over? So I think that's part of it too, is really understanding what you actually do have control over. Because even if people are coming to you and complaining, there's only so much weight you have to throw around with that. So, taking that back to them and asking, what do you think we have control over here? What do you have control over? What does your frontline staff have control over? What do you think my job should be? What's your expectation? What do you want me to do to support you in this? Mm-hmm. Those are some good questions to ask, I think.
Yeah.
It helps take that emotional load off of you too, mm-hmm. thinking that, wow, I really wish I could help them, but I absolutely know that I can't make this stop. I can't change this. I have no locus of control here. Right. What can we do?
Mm-hmm. Well, and I think that, for us in our roles or whatever, I think that, we do a good job of also bringing teams together and also not expecting that just, one person's going to come up with the idea to fix something. I think we do a pretty good job of having some productive meetings where we, not just information is shared, mm-hmm. but problem mm-hmm. solving is happening.
Yeah.
Because that way you also don't feel so alone in this. And, I know mm-hmm. probably that doesn't happen in every organization. So I feel like if it's not happening in yours, then you need to come up with, you need to reach out to groups of people who are your peers and create it yourself. Yeah. Where you are not alone. You can create your own team, mm-hmm. I can't do this by myself. It's way too much for one person to deal with. And also one of the things that struck me too when you were talking about being the complaint service in middle management is also we are the complaint service for everybody, other agencies too. It's not only
side to side, up, down.
Oh
yes, exactly. That's why I said that thing. That's why I said this is what I feel like I do all day.
Yeah. Can we talk?
Yeah.
Hey, do you have a minute?
Okay. Can we have a meeting?
But it's from another agency.
Yes.
Hey, I know that when so-and-so is calling me, it's not going to be a good conversation. Something's wrong.
No.
They're never just calling me to chat.
Getting ready to eat it.
No one's just calling me to chat. Why does I'm a lovely person. Why don't we just?
It's been so long since I've talked to you. How you been? Nope, it's not going to be that. It's not going to be that.
Yeah, never. I really like talking to you. We get along really well, but can we have a conversation? Something going wrong.
Right.
Right.
So managing up without losing your mind.
Yeah.
Anticipating what the problems might be with what you're about to relay or communicate or translate.
Yep.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Offering solutions.
Right.
And asking for solutions.
I think that is super important.
Mm-hmm. And then in doing that too, you're teaching people to lead.
You're right. And problem solve.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because if you're always the one answering their questions, you're just setting that up for you to always be the one that has to have the answers.
Yeah.
You're always going to be the one they call. And that it sets you up just to be always the complaint department.
Yeah. And communication.
Yes. Communicate your concerns with all the places.
All the ways.
Yes. Communicate. You've said clarity, be clear, make sure people understand what you want from the conversation that you're having. Sometimes you just might want to complain about it. Sometimes, I think you said, I just want to vent sometimes. I may not have any control over this, but I can say I don't like it.
And that can be helpful.
Yeah. I don't like this, but we'll figure it out.
That it can be helpful. I think it's good to say, "Hey, I don't have a solution, but can I just vent for a minute?"
Just a minute. I don't have any solutions to this problem. I don't expect you to have any, but I just needed to say it out loud.
Yeah.
Also, stay calm. I think most times this too shall pass. I think we've seen so many things come and go over the years. Like, just stay calm.
Stay calm. Carry on.
It'll be okay.
It's just 2 cookies on either side of you. It'll be fine.
You're the cream.
You're the cream of the crop.
That's right.
But you're not cherry and blue raspberry flavored cream, thankfully.
No.
Did not enjoy that.
Yep.
Still thinking about it.
I could tell.
You got a question for me?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Agree or disagree? You should never say anything about leadership to your staff that you wouldn't say directly to your leadership.
I think agree, because you're going to be better off. It could very well get back to them. Yeah.
No one would ever say anything that you...
Yeah, I think so. Because, I do think things come up sometimes where you may say something, you're trying to pass the buck. And
I think people do that to us a lot.
Yeah, it happens, of course. And then something is said later that, your words come back.
Yeah.
Later.
Like, maybe I said that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. Yeah. I'm of the mindset that I would never say anything to somebody that...
I mean, that's a good rule of thumb just for anything.
Yeah.
Like, don't say anything about anybody else that,
you wouldn't want to get back to them.
Like when if you're texting the wrong person, that you'd be okay with it.
Screenshot.
Yeah, it's probably the best thing.
Yep.
Too. Okay. Well, that's real. That's some real information. That's a real thing. I feel it.
Yeah.
So if you've ever worked for a bad boss,
you think you might be one.
You might be one. You might be stuck in the middle, but you're in the right place. This is barely manageable, because leadership isn't perfect, Dana.
Good Lord knows this podcast isn't.
It definitely isn't. It's barely manageable. So comment, subscribe. Please leave a 5-star review and help us share the podcast. And thanks for listening.
Bye.